Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. How are you and give your balls a tug, tit fuckers? Both the new Kenobi show and Shorzy are off to a fantastic start as far as I'm concerned. We're going to do some math today that you'll wish you could unlearn. Amber may wish to apologize, but Johnny can never be unburned. I mean, sure, she seems like a fun bird, but I'm unsure if I could ever be some nerd who opens his house to a world of shit while sleeping in a bed of lies and one turd. But less about that and more about what's coming up on the show. Like Kim Kardashian fighting at the funeral of a 10-year-old to get someone to go. We'll dig into that later, along with a ton of other alarming shit. When we do, it will be Three Finger News, presented by Second Armament. So let's break into mail time and memes with my bestest of buds, Tommy fucking Washington. What's been up, man? How are you?
Not much, Pat. Pat, you know what I almost did? I should have done this. I should have emailed in that video I sent you this morning of my bathroom, because then you know what's up. And we could have showed it to...
Funny.
Yeah. So I got the ceiling all in the bathroom with the new lights and everything. So that's pretty cool. I'm paying for it today.
Before we get away from it, because I'm going to forget, you have now created a bad habit from me, and that is calling this clothing company that I recently was given 2 shirts from you. They're fucking fantastic, and they're super soft, which is awesome because it is summertime, and these, like the fucking sandpaper stiff t-shirts that I normally wear because I shop at Walmart are not fucking cutting it right now. These Second Armament shirts are much nicer. You call it armament. I believe it's armament with no R.
That might be it. Armament.
Armament is like military weaponry. So Second Armament would be like the people being armed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that you said
Miss Elizabeth just came down the stairs looking fine as fuck. What are you doing, baby? Whoa, wow, do you hear her?
No, what did you say?
We had a wounded cat, a bad leg on a cat that was taking some medicine, and we locked the cat away so that she could heal up. And I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I brought the second litter box downstairs so you could clean it. Because on the podcast days, I have to clean the litter boxes." So she brought that shit downstairs for me. That's thanks for that.
So our boy's actually in the chat. Second Armament is in the chat, and he sent in a bunch of crying, laughing faces with a heart. So yeah, bad on me for fucking that up all this time. We all know that
I could easily see why you would pronounce it armament.
As we all know, I'm not good with the words. Let me ask this, Pat. Can you hear my dog fucking crying?
No.
Good. Because...
No, we have great microphones.
Well, the IT guy set them all up, so there you go.
That's true.
So yeah, so anyway, so I got the ceiling in the bathroom, got the lights put in, but I'm fucking paying for it today and last night, man. My knee is fizzucked. Bad news bears. Yeah, right over there, dude. It looks like you're looking for something, but not really looking for something.
I'm not looking for something. Liz is bent over loading the dryer, so I am watching something take place. Sorry about that.
You know, Pat, not for nothing. You've been with this girl for like 2 years, dude. Like, we get it, bro. But
I still want to be inside of her pretty much all day, every day.
You have issues.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I would unroll a sleeping bag and just spend the night in her if I could.
You know how you stop that, Pat? Propose to her. Anyway.
All right, good thing we got these headphones on.
What's going on with you? Anything new?
No, not particularly. I helped my mother move a ton of shit this morning. She has a friend who's moving into a retirement community because, they're at that age, which is sad. Her friend and her friend's husband, who's passed away, built a house 35 years ago from the ground up. And that's the house she's moving out of. So very sad to see, but she's old and she's by herself. She had a dog for 15 years that died, and it was kind of just time to move into a place where she could get some help cooking and cleaning and stuff. So we did that.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I got to drive to Massachusetts this afternoon because C Money the Prince decided to leave his book bag in Massachusetts when he spent the night at his grandparents' house. So I got to
Nice.
drive back up there today and spend 4.5 hours of my day doing that. So that was cool.
So he would be on the show today, but his mouth is currently swollen from Tom beating him. So
Nah, his mouth is currently swollen from sucking face with Michelle at the park.
oh shit.
So he's coming home around 6. So we'll see if he pops into the show or not. I doubt it. But anyway, you want to get into some memes? These
Let's do
fucking memes today, I think, are fire. This first one, I saw it for the first time the other day, and now I've seen it everywhere. But it's Amber Heard and Kamala Harris, and at the top it says "shits and giggles." It's fucking classic. That came in from Mike B. Thanks, Mike B, for the email. Appreciate it. This one I saw today, and I thought this was pretty good. Pat, you want to read it?
Yeah, it says it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to disagree with someone's opinion. It is not okay to humiliate them because they don't think the same way you do. Show some respect. Society needs more of that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what Pat and I live our lives off of. Our lives off of. We do tend to talk some shit about some people on the show. But
all right, at this point, you're just interrupting the show.
Jesus
Save
Christ.
your sneezes.
Can you tell her to get out of your podcast room? Do we need to build a door down there?
She called me a bitch.
Well, she's not far from the truth. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we can all let's agree to disagree and then respect one another's opinions afterwards. We don't have to hate somebody because they don't have the same opinion as us.
Tom, this next one is the funniest thing you've ever sent into the show.
Yeah, dude. I saw this today, dude, and I was like, what the fuck? I haven't gone to Amazon to see if this is real, right? But it says, meanwhile, on Amazon.com, it's a t-shirt that says there are more than 2 genders. And I can't read what they say, but they have a total of 12 genders listed on there. And at the bottom, it says men or women size for the fit type. So, yeah, there's that.
So the other 10 genders can't buy the shirt, which is sad.
Pat, do you want to know what's so funny about this?
What's that?
I didn't realize the thing at the bottom until just now. What I noticed was the fucking shirt. That's what I noticed was that I can't believe Amazon is selling a shirt that says there's more than 2 genders. That's what upset me the most.
The entire purpose of the thing is that there's only 2 sizing options. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, I said it was the funniest thing you've ever sent in, and you didn't even realize why you sent it in, you piece of shit.
Oh, I sent it in because it made me mad. That's pretty much why. So the other day we're at work, right? And someone that worked with me asked me, like, somehow we got onto this topic, and like, I don't like talking about this stuff at work. It's not work talk. Like, you shouldn't really, you don't know who you're going to offend with your opinion or something like that. And in our soft society, I don't need to be getting in trouble for my opinions, right? So I typically try to keep them to myself. But somebody asked me if I had a problem with gay people, and my immediate response was absolutely not. I have no problem with gay people. And I think we were kind of talking about my son. And I said, no, I have no problem. Like, if he's gay, dude. Like, I'm cool with that. But I did follow it up with, my son knows that he is not allowed to tell me that he wants to be a woman, because that's not possible.
Send your hate tweets to @Tommy.
You can send your hate tweets to @number9pod. Erica said, I think you like this, but you get heated when people disagree with you and have a hard time accepting other opinions.
She's talking about the thing before.
I think she is. What I have a hard time with is I do get upset with other people's opinions 100% because they don't make sense to me. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop talking to somebody because of their opinions, and I'm also not going to belittle them because of their opinion. I'll state my case of why I think they're wrong, but I'm not going to treat them like an asshole. I may call them stupid, but that's it. Anyway.
I'm not going to treat them like an asshole. I may call them an asshole, but that's different.
You get it. You get it. Oh my god, Pat, this is a fucked up tweet. Or fucked up.
This says girls should stop saying all men are the same because no one asked you to try them all.
Oh my god, dude. Hold on.
Well, now Tom's getting text messages. Our show's going off the rails so early.
People, man. People are just fucking unbelievable. This one I thought was pretty funny. I sent this one
with the dryer balls that pick up the lint off of the clothes or like hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Liz just dropped one of those on the ground and had to bend over to pick it up. Just letting you know.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I don't know how I don't come downstairs and watch Liz do laundry every time she does laundry. This is quite fucking the show. I love it. Liz, is there any chance you could take your clothes off and finish? Could you take your clothes off and finish, please?
Can you finish reading the memes, please?
Yeah, you can say it. It doesn't pick up over here. All right. Yeah, this one is a picture of Johnny Depp pointing his finger gun at the camera and says, Johnny Depp, the first man to ever win an argument with a woman.
Facts. That was a good one. Pat, did you find this one?
My father sent me this.
The only realistic gas price on there is the premium. And that's only because, like, I remember there was a time in our lives where regular plus and premium were 10 cents difference, right? There was a time.
I remember it being 99, 109, and 119.
Yeah. Now it's easily 30 to 40 cents difference between each one. But anyway, this says it's a mother yelling at her son, and it says, "This is why you don't steal elections."
She's pointing at a outrageous gas price sign.
It's not really outrageous, Pat. The prices in California are higher than that. Pat, this is the last one. This isn't really a meme, though. This is a headline.
It is. I apologize to Second Armament, who should have brought this to us on Three Finger News. By the way, their t-shirts are super soft and awesome. I got one with a cat on it. This meme says, former Disney exec is quoted saying, there is a huge appetite for Johnny Depp's return to Pirates post-verdict. The Daily Wire responded to that. Definitely not the last you've seen of Captain Jack Sparrow. The human being in me with the anger and the spite, I hope that he shoots them down and says, fuck off. The Johnny Depp fan in me, I hope that he finishes this character the way that he wants to do it. I would ask for an exorbitant amount of money.
I don't think he's going to ask. I think he just wants to finish what he started. You know what I mean?
I agree. He's going to be the bigger man.
Yeah, good for him. I don't hate it. All right. That's it for memes today. Pat, wouldn't it be sick if we can get somebody to sponsor our meme section?
We could.
I'm sure we could too. That'd be pretty dope. You want to go right into Three Finger News? Or do you want all
Erica said, Pat, are you eating something? You sound like you have marbles in your mouth. Erica, to answer your question, I am eating dill pickle flavored sunflower seeds, and I will stop now.
Thanks. So Pat, the video that I have isn't really Three Finger News. I guess it kind of is, but it's kind of not. So I guess we'll just do these in order. Let's get to Three Finger News. Somebody just texted me from work and just fucked up my whole train of thought.
Was it important?
No, not even a little bit. That's the thing that is kind of irritating me.
You should text him back and say, at my second job, call me later.
I texted him back and said, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. All right, Pat. Three finger news. News that sure to shock you. Presented by Second Armament. Armament. Fuck. Anyway, Second Armament.
Love that you went into that fully intent on correcting all the previous mistakes and fucking walloped another one.
Yeah. Good for me. Anyway, if you guys go to Second Armament, that's 2NDARMANENT.com. Check out the shirts that they have available for sale. If you use code number Niners at checkout, you get 10% off your order. Great to have you aboard and have them on. These are, if you're watching a live stream, it's kind of hard for me to move around, but this is one of the shirts. Take off my headphones. Or maybe I'll just move the camera. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You guys get
You can't just turn around?
No, Pat, it's very hard for me to move. There's a chair behind me. I don't want to fall. It was a lot of work just to even stand up. But they're great shirts.
Number Niners, I'd like to point out that he is not being restricted by the t-shirt itself, which is very comfortable and soft.
Very
He's being
soft.
restricted by his gout.
I don't think it's gout, bro. I'm pretty sure I tore a ligament or something in my knee when I used to play football, and it's just catching up to me now. The side effects of this from 30 years ago. But yeah, great. Like, that's one of the first things I sent Nick when I got the t-shirts in the mail were how amazing the quality of the shirts are. We have our own merch on our website, number9podcast.com/merch-store, where you can go check out all our stuff. And I don't really want to say this, but the quality of these shirts are much better than ours.
And you can get nicer shirts out of our merch, but you pay more money for them.
Absolutely. And also, just so you all are aware, these shirts are 100% all made in the USA. They are made right here in Torrington, Connecticut. Every single shirt, Nick, the owner of Second Armament, touches himself and gets them ready to ship. So, really great brand, really great quality. Go check them out. Pat, you ready for his first one?
Think global, shop local. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
I am ready for Three Finger News. Let's fucking do this. First story. Let's go.
Elvis themed weddings. That's where I stopped reading, Pat.
All right, Tom, if you end up in Las Vegas and are having a what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas type of vacation, your chaotic plans might not hit the same. According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, on May 19th, Las Vegas chapels that provide Elvis Presley-themed weddings were served with a cease and desist letter. The letter that went into full detail banning the use of Elvis Presley's name, likeness, voice, image, and other elements of Elvis Presley's persona in advertisements, merchandise, and otherwise. The cease and desist was allegedly served by the Authentic Brands Group, which licenses Elvis Presley-related merchandise, shared the publication. I will say, what's that?
Nick said code number Niners, which I'm pretty sure I said that. I may have fucked it up.
I think you said hashtag number Niners.
Oh, well, because I'm so used to saying hashtag number Niners when we're talking about tweets and shit. But yeah, code number Niners at checkout. And Erica said, that don't sound good. You said he touches each one himself.
Of the shirts. You said he touches each one of the shirts himself.
Yeah, I don't get what...
She brings up a good point. It sounds like he's just dropping mushroom prints on the shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick does not touch his dick to any of the merchandise that's sold by Second Armament. He touches it with his hands after washing them thoroughly with a soap, preferably the foaming type, because everybody loves the foaming soap more than we love the other soap.
He also packages them very nice in sealed packages. I gotta tell you, man, I'm pretty impressed by his operation when I got this shit in the mail.
Priscilla Presley says she has nothing to do with this this cease and desist letter. Tom, is this a big deal or no?
I think it's pretty big.
I agree. It's a big part of Vegas, right? Like it's Elvis lives on in Vegas.
Yeah, and it's been like watch any Vegas spoofed movie, right? Vegas Vacation. I just watched one.
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yeah, I mean, they're all reference where somebody gets married by Elvis. Like that's
Friends.
yeah, it's fucking the show Weeds. Um, it's like a big thing in Vegas. So yeah, I kind of think it's a big deal. But at the same time, the guy's been dead what 50 years, 60 years.
I assume the cease and desist is because they're going to ask for some of the royalties to be kicked to them. So if you're paying $100 for an Elvis style themed wedding, which I assume it's pretty cheap like that, I'm sure those places are now going to have to charge $500 and kick $250 over to Graceland or whoever the fuck is in charge of Elvis's likeness.
Yeah, everybody's all about the money. Which
That's it.
to be fair, they shouldn't be getting rich off Elvis's name.
To be fair.
To be fair. This next one is Instagram story that we're gonna pull up here. I found
Tom, is this what you sent or what I sent?
what you sent in.
Have you watched it yet, Tom?
Yo, Nick just said, I feel like I'm being touched during this podcast. This is great. most people don't say that's great, Nick, but I'm just
there are 130,009.
Oh boy, started playing right away.
Nick, everything about how you're feeling is about to dramatically change. Sorry, buddy. Tom, have you watched this video yet?
Yes, I did.
You piece of shit.
Well, I had to watch it to get it on the thing. So we're gonna miss I can't rewind this because it's an Instagram story. All I can do is
Can
pause
you mute it and play it back to the beginning?
Sure, I can. The problem is I don't really know where it starts and stops because it loops right away. But we'll try. Oh, that's not it. Almost there. Okay, I think we're there. So, this is a pretty good one. Pat, you found a good one finally for the show.
Or your kids get angry. There are 130,930 schools in America. We've sent $53 billion to Ukraine. That's $404,796 per school. You could pay 5 SWAT members $80,000 each and have them at every school front door, with almost $5K left over. They don't care about you or your kids. Get angry.
That's a pretty wild statistic, don't you think?
I do. I think it's fucking insane. And I brought this up to somebody, and their response was, sure, you could do that if you want to live in a military state. And what I didn't engage because I wasn't in the position. I didn't want to have an argument. I knew what was coming. But I had 2 responses that I kept to myself, and I will air them out now. One, if I had the choice between living in a military state or having a bunch of dead children, I think we would all choose to live in a military state. And 2, the same military state that we're talking about guarding the doors, the entranceways, and the exits to your children are the same members of society who guard every entrance and exit to America. We're talking about military. We're talking about SWAT. We're talking about people that we entrust with these jobs. So yes, I do think that they're already securing our doors and our windows just at ports and airports and seaports and every fucking tunnel and every bridge and every other way to get into America or out of America. So they're already doing it. I'm just saying we have the money. We should amp that up a little bit in schools. Am I worried about living in a military state? No. I'm talking about protecting children. I'm talking about putting armed guards at schools, not living in a military state. I'm not talking about not being able to cross the road without a robot arresting me. I'm talking about human beings doing their job. And that would be their job. And they would be paid well to do it.
Yeah.
And they would completely change the perception of police in America because you would grow up being comfortable and used to police officers being around you.
Yes, that's a very good point. And you wouldn't have kids afraid to go to school or parents afraid to send their kids to public school.
And you wouldn't have anybody ballsy enough to go into a school with a gun ever.
Yeah. It's I can't believe we're still talking about this. You know what I mean? And everybody's answer is, "Oh, we need to ban guns." It's fucking wild. It's a wild take, man. We're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Anyway, next story. Oh, here we go. sworn officers who have signed dotted lines ensuring the peace and safety of our country, our liberties, and everything we stand for. People we have spent millions of dollars each on training to do exactly that. Very good point.
Yeah, you're going to tell me you couldn't find a fucking military member who wants to leave the military but doesn't want to get out of policing or protecting? Come on.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, what would that, how many schools you said there were? 136,000? So you're talking about 500,000 people?
How many schools are in Torrington, Tom? Do you know?
There's, I believe, I may be wrong, but there's 4 or 5 elementary schools, then the middle school and the high school. So there's at least 6 or 7.
Okay, so let's say 7. Do you think, Tom?
Oh, and that's just public schools. That's just public schools, and then there's Catholic schools and stuff like that. So there's more than that.
Well, the Catholic schools would do it on their own dime. And they would. If public schools did it, everybody would follow. Private schools would absolutely do it. Tom, do you think that there are 35 members of the American military who will either leave the military because they want to go home, or who would absolutely sign up to do a job like this so that they could be close to their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, their children, instead of traveling around?
100%.
Yeah, and that's just in Torrington. I would bet there's enough to put 5 in every school who are local fucking people. This could be great for everybody.
Yeah, creating jobs, bringing down that unemployment number, you know? Look at us, solving the world's problem on the Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
Oh, just by loving our neighbor.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Pat, this one here, you and I a long time ago got into a fight about a meme. I think that was the deleted episode, the one that I fucking deleted. We were arguing about a meme and the statistics of a meme. So I saw this video today, and it's not so much a meme, it's a video, and it's the actual reasons why. Now, I want to, before we play this video, I cannot stress this enough. I agree that there's injustice in our judicial system with sentencing of people of color, minorities, and I understand that in some cases, not all cases, a person with a lighter complexion may get a lesser sentence than an African American or a person of color. But
we refer to that as the complexion for the connection.
Yes. Now, with that being said, you need to situations are situational, right?
I hear you.
So this video is it's a guy telling a story about 2 people of different ethnicities having similar crimes and getting 2 different sentences. But it gets immediately debunked by my boy Amari King.
Y'all come here and look at this shit. Just wait for it.
Hey, meet Carla and Debbie. They were sentenced by the same Ohio court one day apart for similar crimes. And although they had different judges, they had the same prosecutor. Carla pled guilty to 1 count. Debbie pled no contest to 22 counts. Carla stole $40,000 and went into voluntary treatment for a gambling problem. Debbie stole $238,000 over the course of 20 years. Carla was facing a maximum 3 years in prison. Debbie was facing a maximum 60 years in prison. And remember, they had the same prosecutor? He recommended 12 months for both of them. Carla got 18 months in prison, 6 months more than the prosecutor asked for. Debbie, 2 years probation, no prison time. Aren't you interested in examining the system in place that allows this type of disparity to happen? Well, that's critical race theory.
That's critical race theory. Whoa, slow down there, White Knight. You're leaving out some very important details. Carla stole money from the public school system, you know, taxpayer money, and then blew it all on gambling. On the contrary, Debbie stole money from her place of employment and used it on her children's schooling. Now, I know that doesn't make things right, but here's what really makes a difference when it comes to the way that these 2 women were sentenced. Before sentencing, Debbie paid back every single penny that she had stolen. Carla did not. Now, when you go before a judge and you have righted all the wrongs that pertains to your case, that plays a huge factor on how that judge is going to treat you. I should know, I'm an ex-con who spent several years in prison. Where I'm going to go out on a limb here, I doubt you've had more than a traffic ticket in your life. This has nothing to do with race and everything to do with restitution. Let's normalize comprehensive content and not leaving out critical details in order to intentionally mislead your audience and make yourself appear like a great person. Because that was the worst attempt at a virtue signal I've ever seen in my life. I'm Emery King, and the King has spoken.
This guy's fucking hilarious. Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, well, first off, I think the guy who apparently wants to be the Weird Al of our generation, just basing that on his appearance, is a douchebag for not, I guess, those two things are dramatically different. I mean, this person making full restitution before she hits trial, that's a big fucking deal, man. I mean, to pay all that money back, where the fuck did she come up with that? She probably stole it from somebody else to pay it back. Because I assume if she stole it, she didn't have it sitting around. But the other one who had paid nothing, that just makes sense. Now, the judge giving a more harsh sentence than the prosecutor recommended, and then on the other side giving a lighter sentence than the prosecutor recommended. Maybe the prosecutor's a fucking idiot. It certainly sounds, after hearing Mr. King's explanation, that these two cases are just completely different from each other.
Yeah,
I mean,
the only thing
that
they have in common is that they were both embezzling money. That's the only thing that they have in common.
I actually, when we were watching it, I was going to say, Tom, this is the exact same fucking thing, because they stole from this person for this reason. I don't give a fuck why you stole. None of that makes a difference to me. But the fact that one of them paid it back before their trial, that makes a big fucking difference for me. That means, I'm sorry, allow me to correct this. I know I'm going to be punished. I still want to be on the right side of this.
Yeah. Even to me, to some extent, the fact that one of them stole it from taxpayers and the other one didn't, that matters a little bit to me. But like you said, other than the fact that they both stole money, there's nothing comparable in the two cases. And like you said, the prosecutor's a fucking idiot because he didn't realize that there was anything different between the two cases.
Yeah, the problem is the prosecutor's going through his little fucking handbook or her little fucking handbook, saw something on paper and said, well, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm a poorly educated fucking moron who got this job sheerly through the person that I blew. And I will just do what the textbook tells me to do because I'm not a human being and neither are these people that we're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like you don't like prosecutors.
Prosecutors are fucking idiots. Whoever that prosecutor is, give your balls a tug.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I know you don't watch Letterkenny. That's something that Shorzy on Letterkenny says, and now he has his own spinoff show. Give your balls a tug, my new favorite insult.
Nice. Nice. I really enjoyed that video. I thought it was really relevant to what we're like. What really got me was the fact that you and I had a heated argument at one point in our lives together about this, and it to me seemed very relevant that we see these memes and shit on Facebook or Twitter, wherever the fuck you see your memes, and people do that all the time. They take two things that on the surface kind of look the same, but as you dig into them, they're completely different, and they make it seem like, oh, there's some sort of injustice here. No, there isn't. It's like people
I think through doing this show, we go into things with a much more open mind than we ever would have before.
100%.
Two, I think we respect each other's point of view enough to even you cueing that video and saying, we argued about this before, 2 years ago, I would have went, well, here we fucking go again. Where today I go, oh, that's interesting that he's bringing this back up. Something must be relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just have more respect for the way you think as it relates to the show. But additionally, I think we have less trust in the people putting things on the internet, which is crazy because you should have zero trust. But I think we had some before.
Well, I'll tell you this right now, like that, I guarantee you could have been a headline on any news network.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to get people mad at each other for no reason.
Right.
And they wouldn't have explained all the facts, which is the worst part of our media that there is. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's this next story? Something about this is read this story, Pat, because I'm interested to see where this goes.
So Tom, I didn't go through and highlight. I did read the whole story, but then I didn't go through and highlight the important parts. So you're going to get a little bit too much information.
That's fine.
Basically, a father in prison was denied compassionate release in order to travel to Uvalde to attend his daughter's funeral. On Tuesday, May 24th, Elihana Eli Cruz Torres, Jesus, he's got a lot of names. 10, that's the child. That's a she, not a he.
Yeah, that's
was
the
shot
daughter's
inside
name,
her
Pat.
4th grade classroom at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Elihana, who played Little League Baseball and loved to dance, died. One of 19 students and 2 teachers killed in the second largest school shooting in the nation's history. On Thursday, Eli was laid, that's probably Ellie. Ellie was laid to rest as grieving family members, friends, and Uvalde residents attended her funeral. But her own father, which is probably Eli Torres, was not there to grieve with them. So what he said was, the choices I've made, it cost me. I could have prevented this from happening. Somehow, someway, as a father, I could have stopped it, somehow, protected her. So not only is this guy not allowed to attend his daughter's funeral, but he also blames himself for her death because he's in prison. Just throwing that in here. Torres told the Houston Chronicle he spoke with his daughter frequently via phone and received the last letter she would ever write him days before she was killed. After hearing his daughter was gunned down inside her elementary school, Torres requested a compassionate temporary release so he could travel to Uvalde, Texas for his daughter's funeral. The request was denied, reported Univision reporter Lydia Terrazas, who has been following the family story closely. The dad says, the days and nights, they're dark. I can see no light. Fast forwarding here, on the day of Elihana's funeral, Kim Kardashian asked the Federal Bureau of Prisons via her social media account to grant Torres a temporary release so he could say goodbye to his daughter in person. Kentucky Democratic State Representative Attica Scott was also moved to act public Biden and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear via letter to intervene. She said, I'm a mom of 2 kids, and the shooting in Uvalde, although preventable, was horrific and tragic and beyond comprehensible. I don't ever want to become numb to it, Scott told Today parents. I'm a state representative here in Kentucky, and I felt like I should at least do what I can to help a father bury his daughter. So, Tom, basically this comes down to everybody saying, like, that's not my call. It's not my jurisdiction. It's not my thing. First off, President Biden, I'm pretty sure you could have overridden whoever's job this was. Second, state representative, I'm pretty sure you could have gotten this done by using a couple favors. The fact that Kim Kardashian is spearheading anything and is on the fucking right side of history is brain numbing to me. Like, this is the girl who thought that a half-naked picture of herself that had no nudity in it whatsoever was literally going to break the internet. And she's the smartest person in the crowd? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Whether I agree or disagree with what they're doing, Kim Kardashian was the one who fucking realized it? Jesus, man.
Oof.
Should this guy have been allowed compassionate release?
So you and I spoke a little bit before the show about this, and the only question that I have is, why is the father in prison? That's the only reason I could think why they would not have released him. And not saying that he's a shitbag, but how many situations has there been throughout the course of history where somebody uses an excuse like this and then escapes or sets up some sort of deal where, you know, if he was doing drugs or selling drugs or whatever, and he's a kingpin to it all, and he's setting up some sort of fucking great thing and using his daughter's funeral as the reason to do it. Like, and maybe that's a little bit of just me watching TV. Now, I do know this for a fact. When I was 4, turning 5 years old, my sister passed away. One of my uncles was in prison. He got a release. They drove him to the funeral. He came in shackled and was able to say goodbye. Now, it's that simple. You know what I mean?
I read somewhere, and I can't remember. I think I told you. I'm almost positive this father is doing life in prison. He's 33, so he's about halfway through a 20-year stint. He went to jail in 13, so he's like 9.5 years into his 20-year sentence for drug smuggling. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm almost positive that's what it was. Here's the thing. I know someone pretty darn well who has been incarcerated. He's what they call a career criminal. He goes to jail pretty frequently. Big fan of the place. That person has been convicted of several violent crimes, including sexual violence. And that person was granted a release to go to his grandmother's funeral. Let's assume that his relationship with his close as this guy's was with his fucking daughter.
So to be fair, Pat, and I'm just trying to see both sides of this. This girl was 10 years old. He's been in prison for 9.5 years of her life. How close can they really be?
Well, he said he frequently talked to her.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're close. So I frequently talk to you, and I'm not that close to you.
There's literally nobody in the world closer to you than me.
My wife?
I have to tell Erica how you like it.
Okay. But I do see your point. Like, I don't know, man. Also, I think both of our scenarios there where people were granted this release were in
Connecticut?
We're in Connecticut. This isn't fucking Texas, dude. You know what I mean? They ain't fucking around with criminals in Texas. And that probably
I see this one of two ways, and I'm fine either way. One, play stupid games, get stupid penalties. Okay? You ended up in prison. It is what it is. So black and white, like this is part of being in prison. You miss out on life.
So Erica literally
the other side of what?
Erica literally just said that. She's a devil's advocate here. When you commit crimes and are convicted, you lose certain liberties, including life events. Second, Armament Apparel Company said incredibly sad, but like you said, why was he denied? We don't know the whole story.
Right. Yeah, this guy could have beat somebody up in jail like 12 days ago. We don't know.
Yeah.
The other side of that is I don't like that there's something in place that like this is a conditional release. I get that. I get that the release itself is conditional. You know, you can get out of prison, but we're going to drive you with 2 guards to a funeral. We're going to stand next to you. We're going to give you an hour and a half, and then we're going to bring you back to the prison. That's the conditions. What I don't like is that we can dictate if you're going to get to go to your daughter's funeral or not. There needs to be a rule. We need black and white. So even if you're in solitary, or even if you're in SAG, or if you're in Gen Pop, or if you got into a fist fight last week, or if you broke somebody's fucking leg last year, I don't care. Either you can attend your immediate family's funeral or you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's weird that there's somebody who can puppeteer the whole thing and choose whether or not you get to be one of the lucky ones who gets to go bury their family.
Well, you know, situations are situational, Pat.
I'd like to make less situations situational.
Only in this circumstance, correct?
Well, no, I would like the law to be the fucking law.
I don't know if this is really a law, though. This is really a judgment call. But I see you want something in place that says, well, and maybe they're, again, that would have to be a state by state basis. You know what I mean?
And you could still say the rule is if you're in good standing in the prison, then you can be granted a compassionate release. Maybe he's not in good standing.
Yeah.
The problem is Kim Kardashian probably didn't do too much digging and probably just went with her heart, which is actually kudos to Kim Kardashian for fighting for this guy, whether he's a scumbag or not. She did what she thought was the right thing, and I'm all for that.
Second, Armament says, I almost guarantee there's a rule, we just don't know them. This is not the first time this has happened in this exact circumstance. It's true.
Right. There's a precedent set here.
I have a real question here. How come you're messaging from both fucking channels? He's on Twitch and YouTube, fucking me all up.
And He doesn't even have the same username on both. He has two different usernames.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty much the same.
Did you send in the next news story?
Yes. Yes, we were supposed to end here. But this next one, I saw this afternoon, and I said, we have got to cover this on the show because it is fucking fascinating to me. Do you want me to read the whole thing? It's going to take me a while if we do.
Go for it.
A former Virginia Tech football player was acquitted of murder charges Friday in the deadly beating of a man accused of pretending to be a woman during a sexual encounter after the two matched on Tinder. A jury in Montgomery County Circuit Court found 19-year-old Ishaman Etu not guilty of charges of second-degree murder in 2021 death of Jerry Smith, 40, of Blacksburg. The jury deliberated for approximately 3 hours before returning its verdict around 6:30 p.m., the Roanoke Times reported. Prosecutors had earlier told the jury that Etu, then 18, became enraged and fatally beat Smith when he discovered Smith was a man. Smith, who identified as a gay man, presented himself in a profile on the online dating app Tinder as a 21-year-old emergency room physician named Angie Renee. Smith performed oral sex on Etu, who later returned to the apartment to find out if his date was a man or a woman. And taking the stand earlier this week, Etu had testified that he felt violated when he discovered that the Tinder match he believed to be a woman was actually a man. Etu had testified that Smith reached for what Etu thought was a gun. Smith did not own a gun, but police reported finding a knife between the man's mattress and box spring. Defense attorney Jimmy Turk argued that Etu had acted in self-defense, where Smith had controlling the entire environment and the entire episode, had demanded that it be dark, and had hidden a knife under his mattress in case there was something awry. Shouldn't that be ARYE? Like rye bread? During closing arguments, Turk discovered that Smith described Smith as a deceitful and dishonest man who defrauded young men for his own sexual gratification, according to the Roanoke Times. Roanoke Times. Who is the real victim here? The attorney said through tears. This was a wicked sexual ruse. Etu then punched Smith 5 times, kicked him to gain time to escape the apartment. The prosecuting attorney, Montgomery County Chief Deputy Commonwealth's Attorney Patrick Jensen, compared Etu, an elite college athlete, to Smith, who weighed 153 pounds, and recalled the testimony of a medical examiner, Dr. Amy Tharp, who testified Smith suffered a brutal beating. He embraced the defense attorney, blah, 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 blah. So, Pat, I wanted to see where you're at with this.
So, this is the weird part. It says, Smith performed oral sex on Etu, who later returned to the apartment to find out if his date was a man or a woman, and taking the stand earlier this week. So,
I think that means
if this happened,
I think he went there meaning that they were going to have sex. You know what I mean?
I can't tell. If this was like, you just gave me a blowjob, right? I'm a toot, and you're Smith. If you just gave me a blowjob, and I realized like leaving, or maybe found out, there's something about, do I think that this could kind of not necessarily be temporary insanity, but something similar? Like, I'm so enraged. I've essentially been raped. I don't think there's any mistaking this is sexual assault. And I think it needs to be very clearly brought out that this is sexual assault. Did this guy go there with the intention of killing this person? It sounds like not necessarily.
It sounds like he went there, and then this guy, Smith, pulled a knife on him that was between his mattress.
Right.
Erica says it sounds poorly written. No, Erica, it was poorly read by me. In second armament.
It really kills me because this says that this guy, first off, I mean, like, red flag. This guy's fucking 40, Jerry Smith. And it says that on the online app Tinder, he presents himself as a 21-year-old emergency room physician named Angie Renee. And I get that somewhere in here it says that he like recommended that it be dark. Maybe that's how he got away with the...
No, I think I believe that these two people are people of color. And you know, they age like fine wine, man. They don't look they look very young for their age.
But you're not fucking wrong about that. Black people do age well.
They age phenomenally.
So it says defense attorney Jim Turk argued that Atut had acted in self-defense, whereas Smith had been, quote, controlling the entire environment and the entire episode, had demanded that it be dark, and had hidden a knife under his mattress in case there was something awry. So, yeah, I don't know. This sounds like it was rape in a dark room or sexual assault in a dark room. And when this guy realized that he was the victim, probably went back to give a good old fashioned passionate ass whooping. And when the reaching happened, whether it be a gun or a knife, whatever, if he thought it was a gun, it sounds like he did what he thought he then had to do to get himself out of the situation. Do I think he should be off the hook entirely? No, I don't think he should have gone back. If he did go back, it's difficult. Like Erica said, I'm not sure that there's fucking enough here to even like elaborate on my opinion. Do I think the guy got what he deserved? Yes. How about that?
Cool. That's where I'm at. Erica says there's no physician that is 21. Graduate college at 21, then go to med school, so at least 25. All right, Erica, he's an 18-year-old kid. What the fuck does he know? You know what I mean? I'm 100%.
He knows what it's like to get a blowjob from a dude. That's inappropriate. We're making fun of somebody who just got sexually assaulted. That's fucked up. I apologize.
What's this wee shit? You got a mouse in your pocket, dude? Because I didn't.
You laughed, motherfucker.
I can't help what's funny and what's not funny.
On the other hand, he did right the wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't know exactly what happened. We weren't there. But I'm going to assume it went something like this. I'm going to assume they met up in a car. A toot, got a blowy. Maybe at the end of the blowy, Smith told him that he was a guy. And then he went back to his apartment to confront him because he was enraged. Smith pulled a knife. Smith got his ass kicked and died. That's
how did he kill him? It sounds like he punched him and kicked him to death.
Yeah, he hit him 5 times and fucking killed him. This kid is like, if you look at a picture of him, he's pretty fucking big.
Coincidentally, also what Smith said. He's pretty fucking big.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's fucking. I would have done the same fucking thing. Well, I don't know if I would have done the same thing. I mean, I'm not in a situation where
you would have suckered some poor 18-year-old kid into thinking that you were a woman. You're sick, bro.
Pat. Pat, to be fair, out of the two of us on the show, only one of us would contemplate.
Ever has to have a dick put in his mouth.
No, I wasn't going to say that, but thanks for bringing that up. But also would actually contemplate getting a blowy from a man that looked like a woman.
You wouldn't even give it a thought?
No, if I knew that I was a man, I'm out.
What if he was really hot? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
Yeah, we're on the same page. If I don't care how attractive he looks as a woman, I'm out.
Okay.
Pat, I wonder with all this transgender stuff going on, if that's going to start becoming a thing where people aren't identifying themselves as man or woman and getting into these situations with the same sex or opposite sex and not telling them and then telling them after some sort of sexual arrangement, if we're going to start seeing more sexual abuse cases based off of that. Because
Eric said, you get blown, then find out it's a guy. No one would know except the two of you, and you don't see him ever again. All right, Tom, would you still be against it?
Yes. We talk about these
Second
things all the time.
Armament said, we talk about these things all the time. In relation to self-defense, escalation of deadly force is a real thing. If someone has a weapon of more lethal capacity than you do, with the intent on using it against you, this is a clear indicator of self-defense situations. I agree. The fact that there was a weapon involved in this, I do feel like gives him 100% right to kill that motherfucker, because it at that point becomes kill or be killed.
Yeah. Nick.
Never mind all the other fucking details.
Second Armament, since you're becoming a staple of the show, if you will, we have a question for you. If you could blow yourself, would you swallow? I'll give you time to respond. Pat, back to your thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm out, bro. I think that's going to be more of a thing going forward with all this shit going on.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more people getting murdered because of it. You know what I mean? Especially like if you're a man's man, dude, nobody wants to be put in that situation.
Tom, let's be real. How easy is this game? Because we've evolved as a society, and it's no longer like the 30s, 40s, 50s where you say, I know you want to save yourself for marriage, but I'm gonna propose to you, so let's have sex, and a woman just falls for that, right? We're getting smarter on the defensive end of sexual abuse. So for these guys to take what is a very, very common, very tempting situation, if this guy's attractive to you and you're on a date and you say, man, I really want to take you back to my place. And he says, well, here's the thing. I would love to go back to your place and I'll blow you, but I refuse to have sex on a first date. If that's a girl that you're attracted to, are you going to be like, no, if you don't want to have sex, I don't even like blowjobs. No, you're going to be like, all right, yeah, no, I'm down. So now you've agreed essentially to be sexually assaulted because you're getting into a situation that you're not even aware you're getting into. Erica said, people are more gender fluid nowadays, as well as sexually fluid. It's about loving the person, not what genitalia they have.
Okay, before you read Nick's response, Erica, that's not what we're debating here, because I'll tell you this right now. I love Pat as a person. I'm also not going to let Pat blow me, and I'm not going to blow Pat. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's hurtful, but okay.
But that's 100% facts. I'm all about loving people. I'm all about accepting people for who they are. I'm all about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not letting a man blow me, and I'm not blowing a man. It's not fucking happening. Which brings us to second armaments response. 100%, bro. It's not gay if it's your own fluids. That's just my responsibility as an adult. If I make a mess, I have to clean it up. So that's just silly. Let it loose and rag it at that point.
Nice fucking honest answer for once. Good for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot express how soft the shirts are at Second Armament, okay? These shirts basically feel like you're wearing a cloud, okay? You're walking around you've already been let through the pearly gates. Heaven is draped upon your shoulders when you wear Second Armament clothing, where, by the way, the owner not only lives here in America in Torrington, Connecticut, he's also an honest goddamn man, unlike the majority of you motherfuckers out there. Good answer. Erica said, that's why I said sexually fluid. They don't care what gender. Yeah, it's a different generation. I get it.
Okay, hold on. Colin.
You can't ask one kid and think that we have an accurate representation of an entire generation.
100% I can. 100% I can. Get in the Discord channel. We have a question for you. This is going to be awesome. Perfect segue.
I'd like to point out, Tom, and this is, it sucks because you're literally on the show with your wife right now. If there was a very, very attractive woman that Erica was friends with, and Erica came to you and said, I would like to have a threesome with you and this woman, would you do it?
If Erica's okay with it, sure.
Erica's idea.
Then yeah. Why wouldn't I?
So here's the thing. I never, ever, and this is my point, because you're saying, you draw a hard line with this sexually fluidness.
I thought you would say probably not.
I'm all the way probably not. I'm all the way no, absolutely not. If I'm in a serious committed relationship, I will not introduce what is almost fucking guaranteed to ruin it. I mean, just so you make the wrong noise or make a wrong look, and all of a sudden Erica thinks that you're in love with this fucking person, or this person keeps calling you and breaking your balls, says that they want to be with you again, or in your case wants to be with Erica again because God knows you would disappoint them and Erica would satisfy them. You're allowing undue stress into the relationship for the sake of like a sexual occasion. Unless this is on Erica's bucket list, you know what I mean? I'm out. Threesome's a terrible idea.
I was almost guaranteed that you're going to say probably not. That's why I was like,
Pat, have you ever told a story about the time you were almost in a threesome?
That's a perfect example. The relationship went downhill after that.
All right, Colin.
To be clear, I was no longer in love with that woman, and her friend was a smoking hot.
We should really tell that story sometime. Colin, you're on the show. I'm sure we have it at one point or another. Story's fucking hilarious. Colin, we have a question for you. And I need you to be honest. This isn't a joke. This is serious. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This has nothing to do with you, Colin. We're asking you, but only because you are currently available.
And you're part of the generation. Say you were on that app. What's it called? Tinder. You know what Tinder is?
Yeah.
Captain Swipe Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're on Tinder and you meet a woman, right? Let's start here. You're heterosexual, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
No idea.
Heterosexual means you're straight. You are attracted to women only.
Heterosexual meaning you are not homosexual.
Yeah.
And not bisexual, where you like both.
Or trisexual, where you'll try anything.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you're heterosexual. Good. That makes your father very proud. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, you're on this dating app called Tinder. You match with a nice little hottie, right? And you and the hottie go on a date, and she decides to give you some oral pleasure. Do you know what oral pleasure is? Have you seen those in the pornos that you watch?
I know what it means.
Okay, good. And then after your pleasure, she tells you that she's a man. Is that going to make you upset, or are you just going to be okay with it?
I would kill her.
Her or him?
Answer?
I would kill her.
I would get so mad.
He would be mad. So he is not one of these that Erica's referencing as gender fluidity, where they're in love.
Well, hold on. Colin.
Yeah.
Let's not go so far. So the wrongdoing has already been done there. What if you get along with this woman and you're very attracted to her, and the time comes, you guys have been on a couple of dates, you're getting along really well, you see eye to eye, you have a lot in common, she loves the same stuff, you guys watch football together, she just fits into your family, and then she says, Colin, I want to take this further, and so do you. And she says, before we do, I have to tell you, I actually was not born a woman and I don't have female parts, but I do still want to be in this relationship with you. Would that be okay with you? Or would that be, no, that's a line I'm not willing to cross?
No, that's weird.
Okay. What if, same scenario, but she actually had all female parts now, but she was born with male parts?
No.
Colin's just an old school cat, man.
I like it. Good for you, Colin. Proud of you.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, you don't want to hang around the rest of the show?
Damn.
I gotta go talk with friends.
You gotta go talk with your friends?
You gotta what?
I go talk
The
to my
fuck are you
friend.
doing right now, son? You're talking to your friends.
Hey, Colin, before you get off, I have another question. Did you kiss Michelle today? Oh, he disconnected from the chat.
I legitimately just put my ear to my microphone so I could be sure I heard him. I have no clue what just happened.
He just disconnected. Second armament says, so when you make a fake vagina, is it just an inside dick? And if it is, that sex or docking? Whew. It's getting deep over here in the Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
Man, that's a great question. If you have sex with a transgender post-op, is that docking?
Yes.
Huh.
And docking to me,
You say
gay.
just the tip. If you're having sex with a transgender who is also post-op, and you say just the tip, and then you shove your pee-pee all the way in, could you say, oh, I meant your tip?
Oof, legit things that go through my head. Well, that doesn't surprise me that you're thinking about docking with dudes, and that you would put semen in your mouth. Follow-up question.
Armament, thank you for that deeper level of thinking. We appreciate it.
Follow-up question. Second armament. Are you okay with being snowballed, since it's your own fluid? This is a serious question because I've got to know. I have got to know.
Just asking.
Yeah, no reason. Asking for a friend. Pat, what's the matter over there, dude? You all right? You gotta look that up. It's when you explode into a woman's mouth after she's been giving you oral, and then she spits it back into your mouth.
It doesn't have to be spit. She could romantically tongue kiss it back into your mouth if that's what you're into.
Yeah, if that's what. Oof.
I feel like Second Armament and I see eye to eye on this topic, and the answer is no. I would not let her snowball me because it's an unnecessary step in the process. I've already completed my mission. When I'm blowing myself, I swallow the load because that's part of the mission.
Pat, I have a follow-up question for you. Do you ever wonder what it tastes like?
He said that's just playing with your food in that case. I don't know, man. That's unnecessary. See, it's just an extra step.
That's just playing with your food.
Tom, I have a savior in all this because anytime somebody asks me if I wonder what it tastes like, they always don't believe that I say, no, I don't wonder what it tastes like. They're like, that's bullshit, man. You got to be curious. No, here's why. Because I can't eat fucking baby food, which is designed to taste good. Cum is not designed to taste good. Cum is designed to make babies.
That's a true story. If you go over to,
what?
If you go over to Number 9 Podcast on YouTube, you can go see Pat eat baby food and then vomit.
Yeah, yogurt, bananas, whipped cream. I can't eat those things because they make me throw up. So no, I would never try semen. You could tell me it tastes like fucking cotton candy or cheeseburgers, and I'd still be like, nah, I'm all set.
Nah, I'm all set. But if you were blowing yourself, you'd be all about it.
Yeah. First off, if I was blowing myself, I'd be a goddamn champion. And trust me, I wouldn't taste it because the tip of my dick would be so far in the back of my fucking throat that there would be no taste buds to fucking have any issue with it. It'd be sliding down the gullet.
Pat, we both know that your dick has never hit the back of anybody's throat.
It would shoot. It would shoot down there.
Your dick barely hits their teeth. Come on, get it together, bro. All right. This show's
roadblock.
Show's getting off the handles. I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been a fun show. Make sure you go over to NDARMANENT.com. That's Second Armament. .com. Use promo code number9ers at checkout. You get 10% off your order. We want to thank them for following along with the show. I'm fucking pumped for this new partnership with them. How about you, Pat?
I agree.
Let's not forget about our friends at Anchor.fm. either. Anchor.fm, great people.
Great people. Anchor.fm, so easy to use that is basically the ease of use of Anchor.fm is equivalent to the softness of a shirt from Second Armament. I mean, just perfection. We are matching with nothing but perfect partners.
Facts.
Unlike Etut, not matching with perfect partners.
Oh, boy. All right, Pat, get us out of here.
Number Niners. I say, good day.
Oh,
Tim McCaffrey jumped in.
Oh, man, we just thought, well, I'll hang around a little bit to talk to Tim. Tim, what's up, dog?
Are we still live, or is the show being recorded? Where are we at?
We're live on the internets.
Okay.
The show stopped being recorded, so we can talk to Tim, though. Tim, what's up, man? We were just, maybe Tim could answer this question for us. Tim, if you had the ability to blow yourself, would you swallow? I just remembered you were on. Well, I sent out a tweet this morning. So a tweet and he's a liar.
I'm curious. You talk about Tim blowing himself, and his response is, I just remembered you were on. Why are you thinking about Tom while you're blowing yourself, Tim?
Tim said that he would not swallow, and lag time sucks. Yeah, the YouTube lag is pretty rough. I don't know why. Pat, guess what we're naming this show?
Blow me away.
Nah. The snowball effect.
Surprise, I have a penis. Oh my God. We should name the show Shafted.
Shaft.
But the snowball effect is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one. Oh my God.
Whoa, holy shit. This is why you say good day.
Oh, fuck. Tim, shut the fuck up. Thank God we're not recording this anymore. Oof. Yikes. And thank God people listening. Oh, boom. Boom. Roasted. Oh, my God. Well, Tim, you missed the whole show, but if you want to go back and listen to it, tomorrow morning, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm, Stitcher, wherever you can find podcasts, you can go download this number 9 with Tommy podcast, presented by Second Armament. Go to secondarmament.com and get 10% off your order by using code number Niners. Great soft shirts made right here in America, made right here in Connecticut. Fantastic partner to have. Pat, you want to get us out here?
Number Niners. Again, I say good day.